All right.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being a part of today's show. My name is Ifeoma, and welcome to Me Time on Oche Kitchen. For the first 10 minutes, we'll just sit down and talk about how our week has been and what has been happening in our lives. For me, actually, it's been busy, but again, it's still life. A lot has been happening, all good, and a few things out here and there. Izu, do you want to tell us how has your week been? Unmute yourself.
Week hasn't been so bad. It's been a family week. I've spent my week mostly with my family and a few friends around, so quite productive.
Good to know. Thank you. Oche, can I put you on the spot? How has it been for you?
My week was neither here nor there. I had a few triggers, and but I'm a lot better.
Okay. In plain English,
is it for my mama?
In plain English, what is trigger? About every
Because one money trigger is it for my mama?
Oh, for my mama.
For my children, not so bad.
I gave me a general beating for triggering.
Izu, thank you for helping out.
Yeah.
And Oche, I hope, thank God you're feeling better though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see. Ben, are you there?
Ben is still sleeping.
Yeah. He's not there. No, man.
I think he's doing logistics for us behind.
Okay, good.
Hi.
Hello, sis.
Yeah, my week has been awesome, actually. 2 days ago was Thanksgiving in America, and I spent it in America and, did an awesome Thanksgiving with my husband. So it was really nice. Being a UK resident, it's not something we normally do. So doing something different was quite exciting. I feel like Christmas has come early.
Yeah, and I saw your decoration. Your table looked beautiful.
Oh, thank you. I think that was more of the excitement. Thank you. I didn't think
it was lovely. Yeah.
So can I get this? Your husband lives in America, but you're in UK. Is that what you're saying?
Sorry?
Yep.
Did you say your husband lives in America, but you are in the UK?
Yes, I have always lived the UK, but I'm moving over to America.
Oh, cool. Which side in America?
Vermont.
Oh, okay. It's closer, but very far too. Okay. All right.
That's a good one. Close but far.
Yeah, I would the northeast. Yeah, that's the end. That's the after Vermont. I think that's the ocean. I was England.
Yes, now Azola.
Canada, I think.
Canada, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's Azola la the cake and Kaho, right? All of them follow. Yeah. And I'll get one of the guys. Ben, I asked, I wanted to know how your week went, but I'm busy.
Canada, yeah.
You're on mute.
Somebody has two devices open, so it's giving us feedback.
Yeah, my week has been okay. Just work. But okay.
Good. Thank you. While we're still waiting for our guest of honor.
You're not going to ask me how my week was?
Wait, now you'll come to your end. No worry, I know how you can tell from your face. So she's still on her way, and let's while a bit of time, away time while she lands. Oh no, she playing Abia. Oche kitchen now. We've dusted her.
Oche, is what she playing Abia?
What do you play again? What do you play now? This is Mama G. How about the
Yes.
Wapa, go ahead. Tell us, how has your week been?
It's been awesome. I have a full house. My kids came back from school, and like Norma said, it was Thanksgiving last Thursday. We cooked, we married, and apart from that, it's just going to work and still studying. Yeah.
So why are you looking this different and beautiful?
Oh, for Mama G. And this week, 25th is International Women's International Day for Violence Against Women. So I'm wearing pink hair, pink sweater. So it's all about like the girl and the woman. Yeah. So it's all pink. I'm all pink.
Yeah. Just a bit of a highlight on that as well. 25th of every year, 25th November of every year is International Day for Violence Against Women. And again, not just domestic violence, not just the ones happening inside, the one happening outside in our daily lives, all of them, including.
It's not actually domestic violence, it's violence, just violence against women.
Violence in all ramifications. Yeah. And that includes kidnapping. Is very common in UK, actually, from what we hear on the news.
Are you serious?
Yeah, women go missing. They'll be walking and someone will kidnap them, keep them there, rape some of them, kill them. It's very predominant in UK. It happens a lot. I don't know why. So there's been a campaign to support women more and protect women more. I don't know what they can do differently, but because we'll always walk around on our own. We won't always find, what would they call them, an escort to move around.
I think it's mainly for sex traffickers. Maybe the people who died are the ones who tried to fight their way. Because from what I see in movies, we've done a show on it before. They'll kidnap these girls, they'll drug them. I think she entered, Mama.
No, that's not her. That's not her. Go on.
Okay. So they'll kidnap these girls, they'll drug them, and then, sell them, make them sex slaves. And
the latest one, or not, it might not be the latest that I saw on the telly, the lady was kidnapped by a police officer, a serving police officer.
In England?
In England, in London.
Wow.
In London, yeah. It's so scary to hear that, yeah. So it's a big thing. It's a big thing. And when this day came up, and I thought, wow, this has been on the news a lot in UK. What are we going to do? Women don't feel safe anymore walking around the street because they don't know who will abduct them. They don't know what will happen to them. There's that fear. There's that fear about me as a lady walking down the street. What would happen to me? Will I come home safely? And then one of them, the lady was just going to meet up with another friend on the other side of London. And that was the last time she was seen until her body was found. So it's a very common thing.
There's something I bought for my daughter. There's something I bought for my daughter when she was going back to school. It's a key chain. It has pepper spray. Yeah, it has alarm. It has pepper spray. It has a sharp object that you can, hit somebody. It's like 4 different items, but they're all for protection. So maybe if you have girls of like teenage years that can just go about themselves, maybe you guys should think about buying it. Yeah. There's pepper spray. It has pepper spray. It has so many things. It has something you can just jab somebody in the eye or something.
I know. That sounds good, but that means that we always at an alert. That means that we're always guarded against things like this. That means that we're not living a comfortable life anymore. We're living in fear. What's going to happen? Will I be needing my alarm? Would I be needing my pepper spray? Would I be needing this or that? It's not an ideal environment to be in. One of the measures they want to put in place is people supporting women, or again, it could be women supporting women or anybody supporting women, making us feel confident again to walk on the street, protecting us and letting the world know what you know. If you know that this
That's if you see something, say something. Yeah.
Yeah. If you know that this person preys on young women or women in general, let the world know about that person.
But some women even bring fellow women to, to guys for them to be drugged and
bring them to that. Yeah. To that.
I think it's all about money and drugs. I mean, at times you bring your fellow women you sell your fellow women out and they give you money and they give you drugs and,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So what I think while we wait, I think that leads nicely to our conversation, leads nicely to your question. So you could go ahead with your question and we'll take it from there.
Okay. So my question goes like this. Why do you think, hold on, guys. My brain is not that sharp anymore.
with a pink hair.
Okay, I mentioned it already. June 25th is a day for elimination of violence against women and children. What do you think may be the main cause of violence against women? Benson, can you study for us? Because I think we should ask more the guys of this question. So Benson, can you answer this for me? What do you think may be the main cause of violence against women? Is it because you guys are used to, slapping us around and stuff like that?
Ben, are you there? Okay. I
think he's on me. Let me unmute
I've asked him to unmute himself.
All right. While we're waiting for Ben, Chris. Oga Chris.
Yes.
Yeah, can you help us? I know in your line of work, you must have heard 1,001 complaints about women coming to you, crying about violence and everything. What do you think may be the main cause of violence against women?
One, there are multiple things, a variety of things that could be the cause, but, sometimes people look at them as the oppressors or those molesting or abusing them or causing harm to them, look at them as a weaker sets of people who they can, manipulate, a vulnerable group of people. And also, sometimes, we are too trusting of people, especially when they come up professing, assuming you are being abused or, or violently assaulted by a friend, you let your guards down.
Yeah.
Sometimes we find ourselves in compromising places. Even every person, there are places you shouldn't go alone. So it's mainly maybe because they look at them as people who they can take advantage of. I think that's one. So there could be multiples, but this is the one that comes out to me.
Yeah, Chris.
Women. Go ahead.
You said something about an issue of being so trusting, too trusting. Could I interpret that to mean that women are gullible? Is that what you're indirectly telling us?
Not necessarily. I wouldn't use that word gullible, but this love is.
I think it's family members that do that.
It's kind of intoxicating. Say that again. Because
when family members sell you out, yeah.
Yes, And let's go to domestic violence. You know, it keeps happening, and we think that that person is going to change.
Yeah.
He would turn around and do something. Oh, he lost me. He did this. This is a one-time off thing. You know, he's going to change. He will not do it again. And he keep doing those things.
Exactly.
So those are the things for people who are like our friend, or you know, better half, or whatever you call them. So it's not necessarily the issue of gullibility or so, but you know, being trusting and not seeing the red flags when they pop up.
Yeah. Yeah, we just have to be careful. Like you mentioned, not going certain places. Wednesday evening after work, I rushed the grocery store. My phone fell. The grocery store was in Mount Vernon, New York, near my job. I was tracking my phone. My phone was like 5 minutes, like less than 1 mile away from me. But you know what I mean? I was blasting it. When I was blasting it for hours. I lost my phone around 2:30. This guy calls my daughter because I had to go. I was blasting with my daughter's number. I said, call this number. This guy finally called my number around 8 p.m. asking me to come to the Bronx to pick it up. So I had to go with somebody. So I'm not saying he's dangerous or something, but you know what I mean? It's 8 p.m. at night. You know what I mean? What if I had gone there alone? You know, what might happen and stuff like that. So at times, certain places we don't go alone. Like, not like I'm a believer that I can be able to go anywhere I want to go whenever I want to go. But some unfamiliar places, I think it's better to have a backup if the backup is not a sellout. So
yeah, definitely, that's right. Always be at your guard. You know, don't let your guards down. There are places, me as a guy in DC here, that during the day, any time of the day, I dare not venture there because it's scary. So when you get the inkling, or when you get just go with it, and always, you know, let somebody know where you are going.
Oh yes.
You always let somebody know. Oh, I'm going to. You must have somebody that you can always trust and say, hey, look at where I'm going to. Just should
in case so.
Yeah. So, but it's going to be an ending thing. All we can do is to be our brother's keeper.
Exactly.
Can do. You know, women can also do their part. You know, let's be our brother's keeper. That's the only way we can eliminate.
In view of what I just said, guarding ourselves with weapons.
Yeah, right? Man.
In case it happens. If you come across a young lady, a lady, and you find out that they've got this pepper spray, I don't have one, I might have to go and invest in one.
It's illegal here, though. I think it's illegal.
A pepper spray, what would be your reaction? How would you relate to that kind of person?
I'll high five her.
It still needs to be prepared. If you are not prepared, if I'm coming from you from behind, if you don't know I'm going to attack you, that's always the element of surprise.
Exactly.
It's only if I'm coming to you frontally, you can anticipate what's going to happen and you'll be prepared. But most times we don't know that this is going to happen to us. And while we are advertising all these things, telling them, you know, we are still, you know, making it open and telling the culprits or the aggressors or the
perpetrators,
and they find a way to get around it. So just don't be in the right place at the wrong time. That's all I can say. And you know, you don't know when these are coming to you. 9 out of 10 or 1 out of 10, you know, you might be lucky and use all those stuff, but it doesn't generally work.
And it's good you mentioned that there's this campaign on TikTok and everywhere about this sign.
Yeah, the finger sign.
Now, most men have seen it more than us women. Do we still think that that sign will protect anybody? If the lady's been abducted by, for example, a man or an animal, and they do that, of course they will keep an eye on our arm, on our palms to see what sign we're making. And it's very fine. So it's I'm wondering, when I saw that campaign floating, I thought about, I said, this is too open. Okay, sorry. This is too open. This is fine. That's the only way to publicize things anyway, for things to be known and for people to know about it. But again, that's one thing that I don't really understand in the westernized culture. In Nigeria, I think back then, the way they would have done it is call women and whisper it in their ears. This is what you should do. That way, it is still, that information is circulated amongst people that need it rather than making it public to the whole world. But this palm signal now, everybody knows about it. Even that wrong person has that information, and they will make sure your hands are tied so that in a way that you cannot even use it to signal.
Yeah, but every little thing helps. I would love for that signal, for that act or gesture, whatever you call it, to go viral, more viral than it is now. Every little thing helps, it's better we have it than we don't have it. There's certainly going to be a way to communicate. So one of the things that we can do is to make sure that it goes viral. You just like pepper spray, all these other kung fu and whatever thing yourself with. That's another thing, because sometimes they will lead you from like the mall, or they might be driving you. All you just need is to make the eye contact. They can add something like, eye contact to get into the air so that you can always tell people, but it's being able to communicate, both the hand signal, both whatever. If you are able to communicate with your will-be rescuer, that's the ultimate. So we should encourage and help in making that the sign language or whatever to go viral, so that most people will be aware of it. Like now, you'll be surprised that most people don't know what that is.
Okay, yeah. Izu wants to say something.
Can I say something before Izu? Sorry, I was on the phone with Mama G's person. It's a technical difficulty. We're working towards it. So just give us a few minutes, okay? All right. So Izu, go ahead.
No, it was Minero. Yeah, any other person can speak about it. And that's not okay. Based on your question,
there's guys here you should ask. There's need to be a new guy that just popped in today. I never saw him before. Maybe you should ask guys.
Do you want to say something?
And there's Chicken Sofa. And there's
we have Anderson.
Anderson is here. Anderson is here too. Yeah.
There's Israel as well.
Yeah.
Guys, we would like to hear from you. And while you make up your mind, another reason why I think it's happening more is the media, social media. When everything is out there, maybe you go online and say, oh, hello girls, we're hanging out at blah, blah, blah park today. And those predators will start hanging around there, knowing that a group of girls will be coming out. The popular thing, the internet, where people will start chatting people online who they don't know on house party and all whatnot, or whatever medium they go.
But predators go to school and hang out. They go to schools and hang out. That's what they do. They go to where they will find. You don't need to post online for them to follow you. They don't even have anybody in mind most times. They just go to where they know they'll find little girls. So if it's school, if it's mall, that's where they will go. So, I don't think it has to do with that.
Statistics shows that there are a large number of violence against young girls stem from internet connections.
Yeah, they do that.
They don't know and know what. So it is still one of the reasons why, or what I think it's part of the reasons why this is happening. And
that's why we have to tell our kids. That's why we have to tell our kids not to be friends with people they don't even know. Like my son was a fraud victim recently. I mentioned it a couple of weeks ago. You know what I mean? So, and the person came in front of in the guise of as a woman, but I know he's not a woman. I know he's a man. So it's a Nigerian person. So you don't make friends with people you don't know online. Period. Because they say all these things, talk about love to them, and they look for vulnerable people who are lonely and stuff like that, and then they'll catch them.
Yeah. The social media is part of it. There's something on the news yesterday in UK, 2 days ago, a 12-year-old girl was killed in Liverpool, actually. Yes. And the suspected killers are teenagers, 4 teenagers, teenage boys. So the case is under investigation, so we don't know so much about it. If they knew each other before then, only God knows. If it was an internet connection, let's meet up for the Christmas tree lighting in happening on the high street on this day. We don't know. But as soon as I saw that news, I called my daughter, 13-year-old. I said, have you heard this? It could have been anybody.
Yeah.
That child is in year 8. She is within the same age bracket. For me, the way I operate, obviously, I would not let you go for that Christmas lighting. Watch it on the telly. It happens at night. It doesn't happen during the day. So, but some other parent felt, yeah, it's okay. That's what children do. She can go. Unfortunately, she lost her life. She was murdered, and that's the word. Murdered by who? 4 teenage boys are the suspects. So when the story unfolds, I'd like to know.
But don't forget that could happen in school. They could, 4 teenage boys can still attack a young girl in school. So all these things can happen anywhere. People come into your houses, people invade your houses and rape kids and rape women. And so anything can happen anywhere. It's just like we said, we just have to be careful what we do. We just have to learn certain things like Chris was saying. Chris was saying hand signal, anything. Like I always have a knife and scissors by my bedside. You know what I mean? So, oh yes, I do. You know what I mean? Anything you can get to protect yourself. Fine, we might be sleeping and they come and knock us unconscious. That one you can't prevent. But if you are awake and you feel you can fight it out, you can try. If you feel you can't fight it out, but it could happen anywhere. It could be at my job 6 years ago, my coworker was murdered at the job. You know what I mean? So anything can happen to anybody anywhere. It's just Ekberechi.
Yeah.
Church. Here in America, they go to churches and shoot people. People are in the movies with families, they shoot people. People are at the mall.
We're not talking about those murder or mass killings.
But that's what I'm saying. Anything can happen anywhere. Yeah, they can lure you from they lure kids from grocery stores. They lure
so what do you think, what do you think? Do you think
we just have to educate our kids? We just have to educate our kids.
Women face violence.
Because men has always done it. Men has always toyed with us. It's just that now it's more prominent because there's social media, so people record things and post. You have cameras everywhere. It's been like that from time immemorial. But now everybody, there's awareness and there's punishment. Before, years ago, if things go like that, like Chris was saying, women will be like, oh, he loves me. Now women are understanding that violence is not love. Most women are understanding. Some people are still, you know what I mean? Yeah. But we have to educate our kids, our young ladies, and even adults, because they still do it online. They still do it. They catch our mates online too, telling them about love and, all sorts. And then they lure them somewhere and they'll rape them and they'll kill them or dismember them. So we just have to do not make friends. I understand people who know you can still sell you out, but at least for the most part, first of all, young kids, don't go anywhere alone. Go in a group. Second of all, don't make friends online with people you don't know.
You don't know.
Not because if my mama is following, I'll follow. If I can follow you just to get hits and not have any relationship, that's different. But you know what I mean? Just be on alert and know the sign language. Know where to hit a man when he comes from the back. You hit his balls.
Where do you want to tell us?
His balls.
Okay. If your legs can go up that high.
It will. It will.
Just
use the backstroke.
If our mom be a good listener.
I'm learning because I think America is taking it. People are taking it a bit further than UK. I haven't heard, or maybe I haven't paid attention about equipping people with pepper spray, knife, and dagger, and what not to protect themselves.
Yeah.
And with a pocket knife,
So some people do carry pocket knife as part of their key holders.
Yeah, yeah.
But again, in UK, that will put you in trouble. If you're found with a knife, it will put you in trouble.
It's a self-defense.
Like pepper spray is illegal here too, but you know what I mean. You just have to be careful. You just have to make sure you know don't abuse it. But if you're using it to protect yourself, I don't think anybody's going to judge you.
So it's just it's good. It's good these things are being raised and on a higher level with the World Health Organization to see how it could be eliminated. But that word elimination, the dictionary meaning is cutting out completely. Is it possible? And that's what 25th of November is all about, elimination of that violence against women. Whether that will happen, only God knows. Except a certain part of the community being excluded.
It's a goal. It's a goal.
It's a goal, achievable or non-achievable.
It's achievable. It could be, reduced drastically depending on how, it's going to be require all of us. You see something, you say something. Don't be too comfortable with anybody. It could happen for somebody at one time. Violence is violent. So if you see any signs, don't say, "Oh, it's not you." It could be how that person relates to others. If somebody is violent to A, don't be surprised. It might be you next time. So don't say, "Oh, it's not me. It's just that person." It's innate. It's not in that person. So just don't let your guards down at all time. And if you see something that doesn't seem right, raise a red flag.
Exactly.
It differs in every society. I'll be honest with you. You cannot justify holding a sharp object to a UK police officer. You cannot justify it.
But the violence is not against police officers. They're assuming some girls in UK, they are going to a show, like the Christmas lighting thing. Okay, assuming that girl had something, a pen knife or whatever they call it, And this, I don't know how it happened. At times is friends. At times they drug you off, they rape you, and they decide to, one stupid person might decide to, rape, So I don't know if it was a friendly face that she followed or strangers, but at times kids follow strangers because of drugs.
What I'm saying is being in possession of a sharp object.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. I understand that it's not
a big deal for us on a good day today.
Even here, you're not supposed to have it, even here. But what I'm saying is, okay, assuming that girl survived and it was because of that knife, would the police charge her for that?
You'll be surprised. Yes, there's a section of it that a case she will have to answer before the lawyers will have to now save her on the other hand, maybe talk about self-defense and all whatnot. It is a big deal, a very bad one, very, very big one, because there's been so many knife crimes and incidents born out of people having these things randomly.
So what do people use to, like in England, what do you guys use for protection?
A popular thing is an alarm. When I worked in an estate, right? What you call real estate anyway, I was based in an estate office where somehow I was on my own most of the time. Any resident could come in to speak to me at any time. I had a personal alarm. And how it worked is I'll keep it on my desk. If I'm uncomfortable in an uncomfortable discussion or argument with anybody, and I don't feel I need another person to come in, I'll pull that cord. And on a good day, working alone, where you have to do certain visits on your own, you're not always accompanied. And most times you go into a single male residence. They might be innocent, they might be dangerous, you don't know until something happens. We'll have this gadget that we wear. Like we make jokes and it is real. By the time I press the alarm behind that badge to alert the call center, to listen into my conversation and know my location. Wait now, I'm gonna call the police. By the time the police will get there, I'll be on the floor. If the man wants to big slap and do whatever they want to do. So all these things, I said it, we keep saying it in the office, it does not work. And then it goes back to what Chris says. If you're not prepared, it doesn't matter what you have, even if you have a sword. If you're taking unawares or if they come from the back, you might not even have the time to pull the sword. So
yeah, but nobody's walking down the street thinking I'm going to be raped today. You know what I mean? We don't want to think that.
Talking about how you protect yourself in the community, not just in your office where you put.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Yeah, if you guys can. Yeah.
In this
so since you're in the same vicinity with her, what do young girls?
There is no excuse for carrying any weapon on you, like sharp knife, whatever it is, because there's a lot of knife crimes. If I carry a knife on me because I want to protect myself, if I go on the street and maybe I have an argument with Ifeoma and I see that she wants to attack me, I bring out my knife and stab her. You understand? There's nothing like I'm defending myself. Why carry that knife? It's as if it's...
Yeah, Ifeoma explained all that. I'm asking for young kids, what do they do? Yeah, Ifeoma explained all this. So what do young kids use to protect themselves?
If you have your phone and if it's possible for you to, well...
So if somebody's attacking me, I will bring out my phone and be calling police.
Well, if you can, I think that's
what you expect them to do.
There's something in your phone now. If you're able to, access your phone at that time, I think you put it upside down or something. There's something in the, I can't remember.
Yeah, emergency. It's called emergency call. Yeah.
I think you face it down viciously. But if you can't, well, you're helpless. There's nothing. There's nothing you can do about it.
Police comes and slap you.
Let me,
honestly,
if you guys have a minute, let me say, while we are discussing this issue, we should know that it's not just this violence is not on young adults or young girls. It's all women, ladies, girls, everywhere.
Yeah, and elderly.
And it could be, this violence we're talking about could be physical, it could be sexual and psychological among women. And one of the things we all can do, because we all can, join hands in, if you see something, always speak out.
Exactly.
If you see somebody being abused, if you can, step in, step up, and always report, speak out, say something. Don't say, oh, I don't care, it doesn't concern me, let me go mind my business. There's going to be a team here. And for people who are interested, if you're on Instagram, you can join at NASCAP, NASPC 1952. They are doing a 16-day activity that started on the 25th of November, trying to raise awareness and, tell people on what and how to, collectively join in, at least helping to prevent and reduce these incidences from happening. But you can never predict. The only thing we can do is to be our brother's keeper, our sister's keeper. If you see something that is not right, don't just ignore it and go your way. Try and do something. If you can do something, if you think you are vulnerable at that time too, you can, wherever you are, you can call 911 and say, hey, it's better to be safe than sorry. So let's not just ignore it and say it doesn't concern me. If you are living in somewhere and your neighbor is always hearing noises, take time to, find out. Don't say I'm minding my business. Right? So that's the way we can all be a part of this and reduce it, if not eliminating it completely.
Yeah, that's true. Chris, the organization you just mentioned, or the group you mentioned, is it worldwide or is it peculiar to US?
Yeah, it's worldwide. It's national. Actually, it's National Association of Pirates Confraternity, which is a pirates, as you know. I'm going to post their link. If you follow them, they are doing seminars and doing 16-day activism that started on the 5th of November to spread awareness and how we can all join hands and bring this to a stop or reduce the incidences of happening. Because the more you create awareness and tell people, you're preparing them, and it will help a lot.
Because I think I'm not making it up. I think from so much I've heard about violence against women, it cannot be compared to, it's on the rise for women, or more on the women's side than men. I know that we share everything, every experience equally with men. People get violated, men get violated, women get violated. Okay, I'm just taking it completely away from domestic violence, husband and wife or partner relationship issues. I'm talking on a wilder scale now, in terms of people just going on their own and they get kidnapped or they get killed and not whatnot. If that's the case, it could be because they see us as a weaker sex. Yes, I can always, thanks for the link. I can always bajiliaka and get this woman down. It's easy to deal with this woman than it is. But I think we need to learn more of their kung fu and start and be strong, exercise, run. We need that. We need to make ourselves physically strong to get things moving. Did you want to say something? You're on mute. Unmute yourself. Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to. Well, I don't know if I understand what you guys are talking about female violence.
No, 25th will International Day for Violence Against
Elimination of violence. So
elimination of
when Ify was saying that violence against women is on the increase, I tend to differ. It's always been there. It's not like increase or decrease. It's always been there. Go and look at it from time immemorial.
From time immemorial, yeah.
Right. Been subject of violence. The only one that's been on the increase now is male violence. Violence against male.
That is growing.
The one about women has always
because we're fighting back.
Because it's always been there. Now, World Health Organization wants to eliminate it. What are we doing to eliminate it?
They are psychologically retraining women's brain that for somebody to hit you, it's not okay. Don't follow, like telling them certain things. Like you said, majority of the physical violence is somebody you know. So they're trying to tell you it's not okay for your partner to hit you, your lover to hit you, because it's been accepted for the longest time.
Yeah, but Ijaba, the thing is this. We want to eliminate this. How does it start? Fundamentally, most of the violence are things that when you were growing up, you see your father beating your mom. It becomes the norm. So for you, when you grow up and you beat your own wife, it is part of it. We have to start from basically training our young men
and women,
our kids, the guys, the boys, the ones who become men tomorrow. That is not right to lay finger on a woman. It is no justification. No justification at all. No matter what the provocation is, no matter what the challenge is, you
walk away. Walk away.
Yes, walk away. Teach your kids, the boys, to walk away. Teach them that the solution is not to beat the woman. Teach them that you don't take out your anger, your frustration on the woman.
Exactly.
And
for the sexual violence.
Yeah, go on. I wanted to say that, sexually.
For the sexual violence. If the guys don't patronize prostitution, little girls won't be kidnapped and drugged up for rich men,
but wait. Let me, you got to differentiate between prostitution and violence.
No, sexual violence. Sexual violence means selling. It's rape. Most times they sell these girls into prostitution.
If you're talking about prostitution, if a prostitution is somebody willingly engaging in selling.
No, you did not listen. I said when they kidnap girls, they sell them, they drug them, and they sell them into prostitution. So that's where the sexual violence is. I know some people rape people on the side, but the more problematic ones are like the sexual, if I may help me, the prostitution ring, the one they kidnap little girls, they ship them overseas.
Exactly, but the same thing is until we begin to appreciate that children, whether male or female, are precious. Until we begin to give way to the fact that whether you have male or female, they are precious. Problem is when the society makes it look like a male child is more better than a female child.
Exactly.
So when you have that kind of mindset, you see a man who will say, oh, because he has daughters, he feels he hasn't achieved anything. So he doesn't. Even to go to school, to put them in school, is a difficult thing because he feels his own name, family name cannot be carried on. Notwithstanding that the girls are actually the ones who look after their parents.
Oh, yeah.
The girls are the ones who sacrifice to take care of their parents.
So they should stop killing us. John, I think there's one big thing we're missing, and I know we've not finished talking about it, but I thought it would have been in the center of this mental health problem.
Yeah.
Because the ones I've described in UK, a policeman, a serving police officer, you saw a lady walking on the street, abducted her, kept her in the house for days. The next thing, you killed her.
Mm-hmm.
That is mental health issue.
Because she has seen his face.
Yeah, she has
Even when it comes to crime, you have a higher chance of survival when you don't see your assailant's face.
He was going to kill her. If that's the case, he's a police officer. He's going to kill her. There's no way.
Sometimes they just abduct them just to kill them. So that's where mental health comes to play.
Yeah. Sociopath. Yeah.
Those are psychopaths. Those are psychopaths.
Even the rapists we're talking about now, it's not because they saw it from their parents or they witnessed their uncles or brothers rape other people. Some people, it's just that from what the movie, or sometimes it's PTL.
But you know, guys talk about, even when they don't rape, they talk about they get meanwhile, they did not even do it. So at times they say all these things to form macho, and then other little boys hear them and think that's the way to go. You're on mute.
Oh, sorry, yeah. So yeah, it's a big deal. Well, we are getting close, and I think they're still having that technical issues from Nigeria. From Mama G joining us. So I think we'll have to make another date with her, possibly next week, depending on what we have on the table. But so far, measures the campaign. Please, can we now promote that campaign of say what you know, or how did Chris say?
See something, say something.
It's very important. Again, we have to be very careful because with all this campaign of see something and say something, people have really been put in trouble for what they did not do, just because somebody perceived them as being dangerous, perceives them as being the wrong thing, which is not. So that's why I'm really careful about promoting certain things. Yeah, because people just assume. Like using us Africans, for example, we talk in high-pitched tone and high voice most times when we're having a basic argument. Some other couple next door who can
not even basic argument, talking about soccer or something, passionate about a passionate argument, a passionate conversation.
They can't go to the police and tell them.
Guilty.
Number 14, I think there's a fight going on there. So it's just about managing.
I don't agree with you that we talk in a high pitch. Oh, how when you go on a high pitch,
they are
the ones
that okay, high voice, not pitch. Pitch is voice.
No, Africans, especially Nigerians, if we are talking, we shout. Yeah, we shout.
No, we don't. We don't.
Yes, we do. Yes,
we don't. We don't. We don't. We don't.
We do. Ihu party. Ebende.
Stop shouting.
It's different. Our own, you hear so much noise, so much back and forth about politics arguments. We are going. The white people will be doing the same thing, but their voice will be normal.
It depends on who's at the party.
IJ, I believe something. I've watched them over the years. The way they talk to me is not the way we talk. When they are talking as if they are angry.
Who?
With the whole gestures, the whites you are talking about.
I haven't seen those. I haven't seen them.
That's not true.
The way they talk to me.
That's why. What did you say?
The way they talk
that's
to
not
me.
true.
That's not true, Bessie.
No, I'm sorry. Yes, I haven't experienced that at all. The way we talk. Yes, I have been accused of being aggressive just because I'm having a passionate argument with somebody.
Yeah.
So yes, we do talk that way. We talk passionately, loud sometimes, and sometimes we have to catch ourselves, because it's not what they're used to. They're used to talking in a low voice, normal voice, you know.
And they talk one person at a time. Meanwhile, we talk over each other.
Yeah.
And that's why it's like as one is talking, I've cut as one off. Someone cut me off, and all of us will be shouting.
Right.
That's how Nigerians talk. Yeah.
Right. And then they say exactly. They always say you're rude, you're interrupting, and I'm like, no, we're having a conversation. You know, we're talking about something. But one thing I wanted to say about the whole awareness thing also is, a lot of people have picked up, you know, with trying to equip themselves with self-defense. At my job right now, they actually teach us self-defense. There's a campaign about don't go into the parking lot. Yeah, don't go into the parking lot at night by yourself. You go in a group, or we have police at work. You call somebody to escort you to the parking lot. They give us flashlights, you know, to carry with us.
They give you what, flashlights?
Yes, you know, the small one that come with the keychain. Yes.
Yeah.
So we carry that with us. I'm a firm believer of having some kind of weapon with you, you know. Defend yourself first and then answer to the police later.
Exactly.
I mean, what is the point of not having that?
The UK, you guys is she communicating? The UK.
Right. What is the point of not having that penknife and then you die and then, you know, you're dead already? How are you going to say anything afterwards? So carry that penknife, defend yourself, and then afterwards you explain to the police what was happening.
I vote for you.
At least you're alive. Absolutely.
I'll tell you. Let me play the UK style to it. When you start advocating for people to carry sharp objects to protect themselves, there's that temptation to use it even when they don't need to. You cannot tell them how to manage their behavior around that. You can say it, but it doesn't mean they'll do it. Some incidents, or most incidents of knife crime in the country, is because those people had those sharp objects in their possession at that time and in their head. I know a young man who is in prison today because he had a pen knife for self-defense. Obviously, why his case went out of place is he's been cautioned. He's known for violent activities from there.
That's different.
But on the last day he was arrested, he was not using it. Just for the fact he had it in possession was an issue.
Okay, Fama, let me ask you something. Assuming the fight happened in a pub, they were drinking beer bottles. I break a bottle, goes on your head. So what happened?
What happens is the owners of the shop has a question to answer, because I don't know how it works here. They are very quick to clear bottles because they know it is a weapon. It can be used as a weapon at any time. So once the bottle is empty, it leaves the table. Unlike Nigeria, where they want to pile 15 bottles to show off how much I've taken. It's a potential.
I wanted to just answer you for that. So I'm sure that a lot of women don't carry something in their purse because they want to just go out there and attack people. You know, we carry stuff just because we don't know what we will see out there.
Exactly.
So I know that there are people with mental health issues. You know, they're going to go out there and attack people anyway. People carry guns out here, AK-57 or whatever, and start shooting everybody. But some people still carry a small gun in their pocket and nobody knows that it's there. So while there are a few people who may end up, you know, using that weapon for something that it's not meant for, others use it really solely for protection of themselves. So I do think that it makes sense to have some kind of pepper spray, some kind of something, because especially if you're alone and you don't have anyone with you, you know, just for protection. And then afterwards you can answer back. Yeah.
It's a mixed message on, I'm glad we're having this for everybody to listen to, people in the States, UK, Nigeria, Ghana, Canada, everywhere. Different things work for different society. And I'm very, very happy we're having this argument. We've got people from the States who think, or who have been advised to do, you could do this, whereas we've been advised you cannot do it. But at the end of the day, that's why the World Health Organization, they're all working together. I've read a bit about elimination, about this, the elimination of violence. I haven't come across gadgets yet. Again, everybody's trying to be politically correct. And
gadget is protection.
I know.
Gadget is not elimination, it's protection, yeah.
Yeah, being mindful of what to advise. Yeah, part of the elimination process could be protect yourself. So once you're protecting yourself, it starts cutting back on predators and all whatnot. What we say, the arm signal, let's try and use it. I don't know how far you walk in Nigeria, they'll slap you before you use your hand.
Right. Can I say something if you have a minute?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I know we are talking about violence, and when we talk about violence against women, so we all go to physical violence. And I think I'll spend a lot of amount of time discussing that. But for these purposes of this international violence against women,
elimination
on the 25th, there are various other forms of violence that we should avert our mind to. I know we've mentioned about intimate partner violence with your better half or so. We have sexual violence and harassment where your partner can force you into having sex or so. That's safe part of violence. And we have human trafficking. That one is on the rise.
That's the sexual one, the prostitution.
Exploitation. And we have this FGM, female genital mutilation. It's a form of violence against women too. Then we have child marriages. So when we are talking about this, and we are talking about coming together and how we can help, I know when you hear people raising their voices, it could be, people having animated conversations. But when you see one, you will know what's going on. You can be able to make decisions. Or this
exactly.
When you see a neighbor in the morning with swollen faces, I don't think that's normal.
Black eye.
So it doesn't mean that people are watching game, having an excited conversation, then you call the police. But we have to advert our mind to all these various forms of which could happen to, regardless of your age. It could happen to, and it keep happening every day. Most of these things are underreported. So if you have an uncle, if you have a friend, a male friend, if you have a dad, you don't understand, because these men are somebody's dad. These men are somebody's uncle. These men are somebody's BFF or whatever you call them. We can all come collectively to discourage that. If he smells like a rat, believe me, it's a rat.
Yeah, man.
So while we are talking about physical, having knife, having this, if having knife or sharp object is outlawed in your area, in your society, find other means. You don't violate the law by trying to protect yourself, all in the name of self-defense, just like carrying a gun when it's outlawed. If you don't have open carry in your state, you don't carry just because you are protecting yourself. You have to abide by the law of the country. So that's the way all the things work. So talk to local organizations in your area and find out what works. There are a bunch of them, that is equipping and educating young women and women in general on how to combat this. But all in all, we should all, be a partner in getting rid of this from our society. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sis. Our lawyer.
I'm glad other people are really talking about this, not just the World Health Organization, because it's affecting everybody. There was something you said earlier, and that's a different conversation I've had with somebody outside this meeting, that certain habit stems from upbringing. Of course, I did argue, but I agreed to an extent. That a bad person is something they may have seen growing up or what they think. But one thing I know is that some people, which again boils down to mental health issues, think that killing is cool, or molesting women is cool, overpowering women is cool. That activity of thinking is cool, even though they're not naked, but obviously that's mental health problem. Thank you everybody for being a part of today. And we do apologize on behalf of Mama G. She has sent a message. She feels very bad that she could not join in today due to technical fault. It's not usual. It happens. We had a meeting earlier, 6 to 10 within UK. Everybody was in UK. Some people struggled to join in, so it could happen anywhere. It's still an issue. Technology is still an issue, trying to log into certain things. We would renegotiate with her. She's available next week, fine. We'll speak with her.
You didn't even call Oche. Look at Oche's face. Call her to say something.
Oche says she doesn't like speak grammar. She said I do 3 the first time. Now the other one say all sorts. I've been all sorts.
I said I'm a bit out of sorts.
I'm a bit out of sorts. I've been engaging with my OJ, baby.
Okay.
OJ, do you want to say something to the house? Because it's sad that we haven't heard your voice. Go on. What's your view about this? Onyegi has been speaking on your behalf. Go on.
Exactly. So I really don't have much to say because like we are all advocates of self-defense. But for someone like me, that I know that it will be difficult to defend myself.
Even if you have 10 guns, she'll be crying.
So I would rather not, I'll try to be out of danger's way. We are all humans. You never can tell. There's so much one can do to defend or protect herself. But the one I can do, I'll do.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah. So again, that sends another message that not everybody can carry a gun and pepper spray like IJ and there's in America.
No, I don't. Not for my daughter. I don't have anything. I have bedside. I have bedside protection.
It's better to carry and explain later.
Yeah. So I will. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Yeah. I will buy one for myself.
When you're
visiting, and it comes with pom poms. It's so pretty. It comes with pom poms and everything.
Yeah, they have a whole package.
When next you ladies are coming to the UK, we need a sharp object. I don't want to come visiting explaining your behaviors.
We know better.
Okay, thank you. Join us again next week, Saturday, for another interesting topic. There's this topic that we've been trying to drop, but with our guest speakers that's been in and out, but we'll still talk about it. Thank you very much, and have a good time for the rest of the day. I don't know where you are. I could have said evening, and it's morning somewhere else, and so thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Mama.
You're welcome, Bobby, baby.
Bye, bye, OJ. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, Zuchis.
We're going offline now.
16.
Okay, you too. Bye.
OJ, look after yourself.